Old Man Nerd here, and by the title of this video, you can tell that it's time to say goodbye to my Core 2 Duo laptops, my Sony and my trusty ancient Dell E1505, which I personally purchased brand new in 2006. They just don't work for me anymore. I realize that I've got uses for a laptop where I'd actually like to be able to take one around and use it, you know, both around my apartment and at my local gaming store or a restaurant where my kids go play Pokemon. Something like that, where I could actually use a laptop. And since this one doesn't even have a working battery, and the battery on the Sony is almost useless, I really needed a laptop. I could have bought a battery for this. You can buy a battery for one of these, an aftermarket one, for like $14, but is it even really worth spending $14 on this? It's still a Core 2 Duo, and I'm still not sure it's worth investing anything in. I mean, the $20 I already spent on it to replace the screen is probably way more than I should have spent on it. Same with the keyboard. I did have to replace the keyboard a while back. That was also like $12. Probably wasn't worth that either. But it was, at least it was being used at that time when I replaced the keyboard. It's still being used to play Roblox. Now it's not being used for anything because we got other newer systems around. I got my wife a halfway decent 8th gen Core i3 Dell laptop that's thinner, lighter, and way faster than this. So, and she uses that to play her Roblox with no problems at all. So unfortunately, it's just that time to finally say goodbye to my E1505. And you know what? I don't even know what to do with it. It's not worth anything. It's, you know, they sell for, you know, $20 to $40 on eBay, but with shipping, it's really, I wouldn't make anything off of it. So there it is. So the question is, what am I going to replace it with? Now, I don't have big budgets for this, but what I really wanted was a Dell 14-inch 2-in-1 powered by a Ryzen. That would give me plenty of horsepower. That 2-in-1, which I didn't even know I needed or wanted until recently. Excuse the cat. But I just don't have the money to invest in a $600 to $800 laptop. You know, it would be able to actually do some light gaming with the Ryzen APU, and definitely get plenty of horsepower for just general usage. Just really wasn't possible. So I had to go searching, and I knew I wanted a 2-in-1. At least I wanted a touchscreen, because a laptop with a touchscreen is much easier to use, especially just scrolling up and down web pages. The touchscreen makes things way easier. So I knew I wanted at least a touchscreen, if not a 2-in-1. And I just happened to find a 2-in-1 on Craigslist that was a good deal, and I'm very happy with it. And this is it right here. This is a 2015 Lenovo Yoga 2 11. Now, I did want something a little bigger. I was hoping to get a 14-inch and not this 11-inch, but it gets the job done. And this was $160 on Craigslist, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I did read some reviews of this before I bought it, and most of the ones I read, the laptop was powered by a Pentium. This one, however, it came out a year after the model was introduced, so it's not yet a new generation, but it did get some revision. This one actually has a Core i3, what is it, 4012Y. So it has a 1.5 gigahertz, 2-core, 4-thread Core i3. And you see that boot up was pretty good. Now, this doesn't have an SSD. That was the other thing. This actually, in most of the reviews I saw, the systems came with hard drives, just 5400 RPM hard drives. This actually has a 500 gig Seagate hybrid drive with an 8 gig flash. So as you can see, it's booted up pretty quick. That's pretty good for a hard drive, because Windows is basically running off the flash part of it. And you can definitely tell the difference when it's running off the flash and when it's running off the hard drive. But other than that, I'm very impressed with the performance. I'm still most likely going to upgrade it to just a straight SSD sooner than later. And even at that, I mean, it did come with Windows 8, so I did have to upgrade it to Windows 10, which didn't take very long, surprisingly. It didn't take anywhere near as long as I thought it would. Again, I think it's because of that hybrid drive. It really seems to make a big difference. But this is the only other thing I don't like about it was this really big bezel. But again, this is a 5-year-old laptop of a 6-year-old design, so it's not totally unexpected. So the screen looks pretty good, and of course the most important thing is that it is a 2-in-1. And it works absolutely perfectly with Windows 10. It's a little slow to respond on that auto rotate, and again, we can go straight into tablet mode. But this is exactly what I want. I mean, what I really want it for is this right here. Being able to use it in tent mode. So I can just set it up on a table or desk or something and watch a video in the background or whatever. The speakers, our built-in speakers sound really good. The headphone jack sounds fine, so I'm really happy with the audio of it. And yeah, I mean, there's really nothing just bad to say about it. I love everything about it. Again, I do want to get a pure SSD instead of just a hybrid drive, so everything runs faster, not just the boot up. And yeah, I love it. This is absolutely perfect for everything I want a laptop to do. I will eventually still want to get a Ryzen powered 2-in-1 in the future, so I can do some light gaming on the road. And so I will probably wait for another year, and hopefully the Ryzen 4 series 2-in-1s will be out, and I'll be able to get one of those. Oh yeah, this is, even when it's in laptop mode, I still use the touchscreen all the time, especially for the scrolling web pages. And the yeah, it's not too bad. Again, you can tell the difference, and again, it's not a horribly fast processor, capping out at 1.5 gigahertz. But the nice thing about it is battery life. This is, again, a 5-year-old laptop with a 5-year-old battery, and it still gives me several hours of uninterrupted usage time. And this was both after upgrading Windows. I unplugged it and I did all my software installations, driver updates, configuration, everything that I did to set up the laptop for my personal use, and then watched 2 or 3 hours of videos on YouTube. And I still had like 25-30% battery, something like that. So despite having a very old battery in it, the battery life is excellent. So I can't imagine what a new battery would be in this. So, and again, I noticed one thing I did notice is that the screen brightness makes a huge difference on the battery life on this particular laptop. I mean, dramatically different. So I sacrificed a little brightness to get that extra battery life. But yeah, I'm extremely happy with this, especially for the low price of the $160 I paid for it. I really could not be happier with the usage and the battery life and how much I paid for it. Everything is just perfect. And it's just convinced me that anything I get going forward has to be a 2-in-1. It's just, I can't go back to a standard laptop. I'm going to go with these 2-in-1s probably for the rest of my life. Anyway, so this is kind of a farewell video. To my trusty E1505. You are well loved. I played Need for Speed Most Wanted many hours on this. I've played more videos and movies on this than I can possibly count. And yeah, I still a lot of fond memories of this laptop, but it's time to move on. I needed something better, something I could actually use, and Craigslist came through, getting me exactly what I wanted at a price I could afford, and I'm very happy. Anyway, that's enough rambling for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Hey, heck, even if you want the E1505, I might take the hard drive out, the SSD out of this, the 240 that's out of this, put it in here. Or I might buy a new 500 for this, I haven't decided yet. But if I do, I'll put the 320 I have a 320 gig, 7200 RPM hard drive that it runs off of. And you can put that back in. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.